Welcome back to Family Gamer TV. Now, if you've been following the channel, you know we've got a bit of a soft spot for Wonderbook. This is the peripheral on the PlayStation 3 that you put in front of the PlayStation Move camera, and on the pages of this pop-up book, all sorts of fantastical and sort of various interactions come to life. Now, we've looked at Book of Spells when it first launched. We looked at Dig's Nightcrawler, and we recently looked at Book of Potions. Now, each of these is essentially bought as an expansion, so once you've got the book, all you have to do is to buy the disc to play these new stories. But a new one has just come out from the BBC, Walking with Dinosaurs. Now, this is something of a departure for Wonderbook. Not only is it a new developer, but also in terms of the content, we're seeing a broadcast content provider coming in and actually creating an experience with one of their big brands on the PlayStation 3 and on Wonderbook. Now, this comes along with a Walking with Dinosaurs movie that's sort of in the works. I think it's out quite soon, but creates an interactive way to learn about dinosaurs and to I guess experience some of the story sort of firsthand of what life would be like in that prehistoric era. So there's more variety here. As you know, if you use Wonderbook, you keep the book in front of the camera, and then you pick up your Move controller, and you use this as a different implement. Now, in Book of Spells, Book of Potions, this was largely a wand or a chopping knife and things like that. In Walking with Dinosaurs, there's a lot more variety. So sometimes you're using it as a hammer, chiseling up rock to uncover bones in the bit of land you're looking at, and then you switch and use it as a brush, and you're brushing away the dust. Or sometimes you use it as a grabber, and you're actually grabbing bits of the dinosaur, and you're constructing the sort of skeleton to discover what the dinosaur was like in real life. But I think what the BBC bring to the sort of the Wonderbook experience is much more of a sort of a dramatic storytelling sort of feel to it. So not only do you follow along with the sort of the tale of the dinosaurs and you discover lots of facts and figures about them, but you also follow two characters, and these are going to be the stars of the Walking with Dinosaurs film, as they make their journey through this prehistoric world, try and find a mate, try and find food, and try and survive. And so some really high action sequences where you're using the Move controller in different ways to combat the different dinosaurs and to help your dinosaur friends on the way. Now, this does mean, some of this means that it does sort of skew slightly younger than it might. But in my family, we're 6, 8 and 10, and all three children were really engaged with this Wonderbook Walking with Dinosaurs experience. What I liked as a parent is at the end of the chapter, the game tests the children and the adults playing on how much they've learnt about the dinosaurs that they've just been hearing about. Now, this is not only facts and figures, but they have to remember what they did with those dinosaurs. So one moment you were feeding a dinosaur different plants, and it liked particular sorts of foliage rather than others. So you have to remember that for the quiz, because in there you have learnt what sort of food that dinosaur likes to eat. As well as that, you learn the different sounds that dinosaurs might have made, and again you're tested on that in the quiz. And then there's sort of looking at different names, different periods that they would have lived in, and just lots of sort of surrounding facts and figures around the sort of prehistoric world. And I like the way that the book is sort of testing the child to see how much they've learnt at the end. So there's a real sense here that Walking with Dinosaurs and Wonderbook in particular is really bringing something different to video games. It's not just entertainment, and it's not just education, but there's a real engagement here as players track with the story of the dinosaurs. And it's more like going into an interactive museum, a sort of natural history experience. And I remember that as a child, going in just being full of wonder at what was seen in that museum, these big dinosaurs walking around. And that Wonderbook does really create that same sense of sort of glee and excitement as you see the dinosaurs walking off the page and into your living room. So there you go. If you're looking for something a bit different on PlayStation 3, and if you're looking for another Wonderbook title, if you've got the book peripheral and the PlayStation Eye and the Move controller already, I'd suggest that Wonderbook Walking with Dinosaurs from the BBC is a really good addition. That's all we've got time for today on Family Gamer TV, but we'll be back with more tomorrow.